In this video we are going to have a look at 12 online graphics editing tools that you can use today for free to create content for your websites, YouTube videos, or any type of content creation ideas that you actually have that you can get started with virtually no money. So keep watching till the end of this video and we'll go through each of these platforms and I'll explain what they're about and how you can actually get started with them. Hi, I'm Peter and welcome to the Hidden Online Living YouTube channel, and here I just want to show you 12 of the best possible platforms that you can literally get started with today if you have limited to no budget and you're only just starting out on your online journey and you need some useful tools to help you create whatever graphics or content that you need so that you can really scale up your business. So we'll quickly jump into it. So first up on this list is a platform called Kapwing. I've also done a previous video on this, doing a review and showing you the ins and outs and the product features and tools, etc. I'll drop a link down in the description so that you can check that out for more information. But essentially this is a free to use platform. Now it does have a paid version, but there's a lot of the features that are here that can actually, nearly all the features can be used on the free platform, and has pretty much access to everything. There's like a video maker, there's a studio editor, you can resize videos, graphics, trim videos, convert videos, you can create flipbooks, you can create montages, create animated GIF images, remove backgrounds, add subtitles. There's a lot of really cool tools and features here that you can use, and again it's absolutely free to pretty much get started with and look into it. So just a quick look at the editor here that you can use, and it is pretty simple and straightforward for a beginner to really play around with and just understand what it is that they're looking to do. But again, if you want to find out more, you can check out that video I mentioned. Again, I'll leave the link in the description so that you can have a look. But this here will be a very good platform for beginners to start out, and again it's free. And if you do feel like you want to opt into the paid version at a later date, you can do so, but there's more than enough here on the free version for you to literally get started with. Alright, so next up on this list, a lot of you may already know or probably already are using that, is Canva. You can find it over at canva.com, and Canva is definitely one of the best places or the go-to place for people looking to create ideas for their content or just create any sort of thumbnail or artwork that they need pretty much for free. Again, they do have a paid version which you can opt into, will unlock other features and so forth, but Canva has a massive amount of tools on offer, and they've got thousands of really cool, unique and high quality templates. Anything from social media posts, YouTube thumbnails, banner images, pretty much anything you can think of, Canva has something on offer here. And they've loads of free alternatives. They also do have paid alternatives as well if you want that extra little bit of quality, but you can pretty much edit everything that's on the images here. You can add in your own text, features, whatever pretty much you can think of, you can add it in. And the free version is more than enough for you to actually get started and just quickly create the content that you need for whatever avenue that you're choosing to take, whether for your websites or for your videos and so forth. Now they do have a paid version which is Canva Pro, so if you do want to opt into that, it's totally up to yourself. It will unlock a lot of the other features, but the free version, like I said, is more than enough. So when you have created anything that you want to create, you can download the files, you can share them on social media and so forth. You can save it to different formats, but I will say if you're saving it as a PNG image, yes, it will save the file, but it won't actually save the transparency, it won't remove the background. So you'll have to buy into the paid version to do that. But a good way around this, especially when you've no money, is to use another tool that I'm just going to mention here, is Remove.bg, which you can find at Remove.bg, and allows you to actually remove any backgrounds that you have on your images. So for talk's sake, you can go into Canva or any other image platform that I'm going to mention here in this video, and if you want to remove the background, instead of paying for it, you can literally come over to this platform, upload your image to it, and then you can actually go through the process of removing the background, so that way then it cuts out all that unwanted and unnecessary fluff, so that you don't have to worry about paying into anything in order to do what you need to do. So this here is a good alternative, so you can definitely feel free to check this out as well. And again, you'll be able to use this with any other tools that I mentioned here in this video. So the next up we have here is called Logo Maker. As you can see, you can find it here at logomaker.com. Now it's not actually spelled Maker, it's M-A-K-R.com. But again, this here is actually a free tool to use that actually does allow you to create a lot of unique and custom designs. They also have access to loads of different clip art and thumbnails and so forth that you can use for whatever type of content that you're looking to create for logos and stuff. I have actually used this platform myself on a number of occasions to create certain types of graphics or whatever features that I've been looking for. If I wanted to design a logo for, say, my channel or for something different, I've used this here and it actually does work. So it is pretty straightforward to use. So definitely feel free to give Logo Maker a look if you think this would be a good option for you. Next up we have actually a vector based graphics program which is called Vectr. So you can find it here at vectr.com. Was it Vectr.com? And again, this here is another graphics editing tool, but unlike Canva and some of the other previous tools that I mentioned, this one here is more on the advanced side, as it doesn't actually have access to a load of different templates that the likes of the other platforms I mentioned would actually have. This here will be more for an actual designer if they want to get involved with creating content and so forth for themselves. This tool now will actually be similar to the likes of if you've ever used Adobe Illustrator or even the open source platform Inkscape. Those there will allow you to create your own vector based graphics, and the cool thing about drawing vector graphics is that you can scale them up to any size and they don't distort, unlike pixel style graphics. So it's just something that you can look into if you want to make more like cartoony style backgrounds or infographics or so forth. It would be a good platform, but this here would be a really good way of getting involved if you really have a design background and you already have a bit of knowledge, or if you want to get involved with drawing in general or just creativity. This here will actually allow you to really have more free flow over exactly what it is that you want to do, instead of having to rely on ready-made templates. Now it may not be for everybody. Some people like to just use the templates and just get in and get stuff done quickly, but others do like to have a bit more free flow with stuff that they're wanting to do. They want to have a bit more opportunities to be able to create different things. So this tool here can actually work like that. And again, as with all these other tools that I'm mentioning, you don't have to install anything on your computer. Everything is online. It's all cloud based, so you can log in from your browser at any point, anytime, and you can walk away. And again, this one here is free to use, as you can see. So you can see here you have loads of different tools or options. You can use custom shapes, you can draw using pencil tools, pen tools, you can add in your own text, you can upload images, you can add pages, layers, you can export your created content, so forth. You can change colours, border images, you can add shadows. There is a lot of unique features here that will actually help you to really get up and running very quickly. So if you do have a bit more of a creative handle and you want to get involved and you do enjoy working with vector graphics, as I've done, because I've done graphic design in the past and I used to work primarily with vector graphics, it's definitely a good way to go. So next up on this list we have a platform called Photopea. You can actually find it at photopea.com, and again, this is another free to use editor that when you look at it straight away resembles Photoshop. Anyone that's familiar with using the Photoshop platform will instantly find this recognizable. And again, this is free to use. It has a lot of the tools and tool sets that are very, very accustomed to what you'd be used to if you've used Photoshop. Even myself now, I've used Photoshop a lot in the past as well, and it does have a lot of the similar tools, so it's instantly recognizable and you feel at home straight away when you actually go to get started on the platform. So it does have access to like a plethora of tools. There's loads of customization options and so forth that you can actually use. I will state that this is probably a bit more for advanced users, a little bit more like the Vectr platform that I mentioned. If you want to be more in depth with actually creating the graphics from scratch, editing photographs, you can use it to retouch old photographs and so forth, and it does allow you to do that very well. But it can be a little bit on the fiddly side, especially if you're not used to using the program. So primarily it wouldn't be aimed at beginners as such, but again, a beginner can come in and literally play around with it and use it to learn there's new skills and so forth. But if someone that already has a background and like I mentioned has used Photoshop before would feel right at home here. But again, it's just something to think about if you're looking into this here. So this here is another really, really good alternative, especially if you want to create like some thumbnails, or if you want to have more creativity over like say your photographs and so forth that you want to place on your websites, banner images or anything like that. So you can definitely give Photopea a look into. So So next up we have another platform called Pixlr. You can find it over Pixlr.com, and again this is another free to use tool that you can literally use to get set up with. They do have a pricing structure, but they do actually have a free alternative that you can use, and again it'd be similar to the likes of some of the previous platforms that I mentioned, where it does give you a bit more leverage on the creativity side. So you can add in custom shapes, you can cut out images, you can add in your own colors and features, add in blur effects and so forth. Especially if you're more on the design side, this here would be a good tool for you that you can actually use as well. But again, if you want to opt in, you can opt into the paid version, where it does allow you to actually unlock more of the useful tools and so forth available. So it's definitely a good platform that you could look into as well. So next up on this list is actually a platform called Hatchful, and they're actually linked to the Shopify platform. If you don't know about Shopify, they're one of the biggest e-commerce platforms on the internet, and they've got their own unique tool that you can literally use to create your own graphics and logos. So you can literally sign up and get started, and you can create logos based off any types of designs based off your own niches that you're building your websites and stuff around, so you can literally get started. So you just go through the process of adding in all your details and so forth, and you can choose how you want to add in the content, whether you want to have it on your website, you want to have it on social media, print, apparel and so forth, business cards, etc. So you can choose which ones you like, and what it'll do is it will actually generate some unique logos that you can actually use. That will actually take out a lot of the hassle of you actually having to design them if you don't have any design background skills. So once you've gone through the process of setting everything up, you'll be brought down to an editor, and it does actually give you access to different features that you can add in your own custom fonts. You can change the colours, you can change the name and so forth, so that when you're ready to go, then you can then export it. Then you can download your logo to use in whatever shape or form that you so wish. So again, if you do think that this might be a good alternative for you, definitely feel free to check Hatchful out. Next up we have another platform called Snappa, and it's very similar to the likes of Canva. Snappa also has an access to loads of really cool and unique templates that you can literally utilize to create high quality custom graphics for your channel art, video, screens, thumbnails, social media, etc. So you pretty much can create anything that you actually want on the platform, and they do have actually a really good editor as well that's very easy for beginners to use. Now, you can use the platform pretty much for free, and you can download a limited amount of images per month once you've created stuff on the platform. So after you've hit the limit within the month, then you probably will have to upgrade. But even at that, if you're only creating say 3 or 4 images per month, then you're okay, you're good to go. But again, it's a good platform to actually have a look into. I've also done previous videos on this showing you how to actually create certain features like thumbnails and so forth, and I've also done reviews on the platform and that as well. So I'll drop the links down in the description so that you can check them out to find out more. But yeah, Snap is definitely a very good tool, and I highly recommend looking into it, especially if you're a beginner. So next up on this list we have another platform called BeFunky, and again this would be similar to the likes of Canva and Snappa. It's free to use to sign up with, and again it has access to loads of different custom graphics and tools, so you can create some really unique items here that you can use for your content. So they have loads of really cool templates. You can create flyers, you can create posts for Instagram, posters, pretty much anything you can think of. So you can, when you signed up, you can actually check out the editor, and they do have access to loads of custom graphics tools. You can add in your own text. They have other templates if you want to change certain features out. The item managers, you can upload your own images, you can customize background colors, resize the template and so forth, and then you can save it to your computer, or you can save it to Google Drive, so forth. So it's totally up to yourself. So there's definitely a lot here that you can utilize as well. And again, this is another beginner friendly way of being able to create templates pretty much quickly and easily. So it can cut down on the time pretty much just to get your channels and so forth up and running very quickly. So this could be a good alternative to you also. So definitely feel free to check it out. So next up we have another platform which is called Crello. You can find it over at Crello.com, and here you can see that it actually does be used by a lot of big names in marketing and design industry here. So this here is a good alternative as well. And again, they do have a free option that you can sign up to. And again, it's similar to the likes of some of the other platforms that I mentioned, like Canva and so forth. And it does allow you to have access to a load of really cool templates that are already proper sizes and so forth. You don't have have to worry about resizing anything, and you can pretty much just pick which one that you think is useful to you, and then you can get started pretty much straight away with editing and so forth. So as you can see here, once you come in, they have loads of photos. You can add in more custom features, add in objects, even animations, text. You can add in more backgrounds. You can even add in your own files. When you look at it, it is very similar to the layout of Canva, which is something that you might be familiar with if you have used Canva in the past. So this would, you feel right at home here. And again, you'll be able to download your images and so forth. So this is something that would be a good alternative to you also, again, because it has a lot of ready-made features that will actually cut down on your production time when you want to create your content. So definitely have a look at Crello and see if this is a good option for you. Okay, so the last one on this list, we have a platform called Figma. You can find it over Figma.com, and once you've signed up to it, you'll have access again to some really useful templates and features. This here is a bit more structured and a bit more for probably advanced users, especially for prototyping features and so forth, but it does give you a lot of options in creating your own type of content and so forth. So when you have signed up, it will give you access to a load of different tools and features. You can add in your own files, edit, canvas, change the layouts and so forth. A lot of the tools here, when you look at this, would be similar to the likes of if you've used Photoshop or Illustrator, or even, as I mentioned, the likes of Photopea. There'll be a lot of similar layouts in terms of the setup of the tools and so forth. So again, you can have a play around with it and see what you think yourself, and see if it's something that's suitable for you, so you can share your images and so forth when you're ready. So there is a lot of tools here that be useful here to you, so you can check out Figma.com and see if this is something that might be useful to you as well. Okay, so before I finish up this video, I just want to give a quick bonus tip, and that will actually work with a lot of these platforms here as well, and that is to use custom made fonts. Now, a lot of these platforms will already have fonts available to you, but sometimes you want to create something a bit more dramatic, something a bit more unique, and a good way to utilize this is to actually download and install custom fonts on your machine, because that way then you can upload them, you can actually vectorize them, you can take them into a program the likes of Vectr, and you can actually vectorize them so that they don't change the proportion and they don't look all distorted. So you can save them as a PNG image or even as a proper vector image, and then that way then you can take it into any one of these editors and you can scale it up to your heart's content without really losing much quality. But again, you can check out this website here at DaFont.com, and they have tons of free to use fonts that you can actually use to pretty much create any type of content that you want, and you can use the fonts based around how you want your content to actually look. So there's loads of stuff here that's really unique, and there would definitely be something here that might actually suit your content or your style. There'll be definitely something here. I've used it in the past. I've used it on projects because there's a lot of really cool fonts here that you can use to help with your designs and so forth. So this is just something to think about as well. If you are wanting to create your own styles and your own graphics and so forth, having some cool fonts will actually really step up your game and make it unique, and so that you can put your own spin on it and put your own unique style on your content. So it's definitely something to look into. So check them out at dafont.com. Right, so that's it for this video, and I've showed you 12 platforms that you can literally use as of today for free, that doesn't cost you any money, that you can literally get started with to create the content that you need for your videos on your YouTube channel, whether you're creating blog posts, even for websites, for e-commerce websites, anything you can pretty much think of creating, you can use these platforms. Or even if you're working as a freelancer and you do graphic design, or you have any kind of ideas you want to work in, you can use these tools here that can allow you to create content, so that way then you can actually make money, and it's not going to cost you money on the front end to actually develop what you need, because you can use all these tools and you can interchange between different ones. If something you can't do in one, you can do it in another, so that way then you can walk around a lot of these tools, so you can have a lot of freedom pretty much to do what you want, and then you can still use that to do your freelance jobs and earn a bit of money on the side. So it's just something to think about going into the future. So if you have found this video to be helpful, make sure to leave a like on the video, also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be updated with future content, and also feel free to share the video. Also, if you are looking for an honest way to get started on your own online journey and want to figure out the steps in which to do so, make sure to check out the link below this video to find out more. Also, be sure to check out some of the other videos here on screen, where I do provide other helpful guides and tips with videos similar to this here that will teach you some other ways, and guides with helpful tools to show you how you can earn an income online or to even start up your own business. And I will see you all in the next one.